Do you have a problem with anger? Do you get angry more often than you should? Come on, admit it. Of course you do. I do. So today's talk is for both of us. What is anger? Anger is a very intense feeling of frustration when things are not going according to our plan and we feel powerless to change them. Anger is our attempt to correct life events by throwing intense feelings at the problem. Is it good or bad? Well, let's weigh the costs and benefits. I think anger can be good if it is occasional, brief, well-controlled, and immediately channeled into constructive problem-solving behavior. That would likely cover about 1% of our anger outbursts. What is the cost of anger? It consumes vast amounts of mental and sometimes physical energy for days as you turn the frustration over and over in your mind. It makes you and those around you miserable. It allows a circumstance to control your mood. It usually blocks logical, problem-solving thinking. It damages your reputation and relationships by making you look immature. It can jeopardize your career and even put you in jail. Anger never adds to your life, it only subtracts. Anger only hurts you. It affects your peace of mind, your relationships, and even your health. Do you still think anger is worth the effort? The Bible warns us of the dangers of anger. In Ephesians 4, it says, "In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry." Clearly, anger isn't always a sin. The Bible records times when even God and Jesus became angry, but it can easily lead to sin. Moses was kept out of the promised land due to his anger. If anger is left to sit overnight, it will eat away at you. Satan loves anger. It is a powerful weapon that he can use to humiliate and destroy you and all the people your anger touches. So what can we do about our anger? Look at the Old Testament Joseph. He had lots of reasons to be angry. He was sold by his brothers into slavery. Then he was thrown into prison unjustly. So how did he respond? He didn't get angry. He trusted God and made the best of his circumstances. He worked diligently in every situation to distinguish himself as trustworthy and as an honorable person. This strategy eventually paid off, and he was greatly rewarded for his faithfulness. We need to recognize that life will always have frustrations and things that we can't control, even by yelling at them. But there is something that you can control. You can control your reactions to the frustrations of life. Getting angry changes nothing. It's pointless. It just wears you out. We can't change other people, so stop trying. Learn to accept that things will not always go the way you want them to. Change your perspective, and instead of always being frustrated with events and behaviors, watch for and celebrate the times when things do go your way. Another trigger of our anger is when our buttons are pushed. Well, where are your buttons located? As you can see here, they are at the bottom of your volcano of emotional baggage. If you have unresolved hurts from your past, then you have baggage and you have buttons. When your button is pushed, you look like this. Does that look like the picture of self-control and constructive action? What would be the best way to prevent people from hitting your buttons and triggering your rage? Get rid of the buttons by getting rid of your emotional baggage. Instead of wasting your energy in a futile explosion, channel that energy into meaningful, constructive action like Joseph did. Talk to God about your frustration and your reactions. If you have a problem with anger, recognize it and stop justifying it. You need to talk to someone about all the buttons and baggage you are carrying. Counselors can help you unload your emotional baggage and get rid of the buttons attached to it. Don't just sit there and say that your anger is part of your personality. Do something about it. Let God heal your heart and diffuse your anger. Remember, God wants you to be emotionally free. I'm Grant Mullen.